Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. This is Gray Guitars. Today we're talking about Lester Flatt's Martin D-18. It is headed up for auction along with some other. Apparently, there's about 400 historic guitars going to auction. All stuff we can't afford, but it's always fun to talk about. Now, I have no idea who Lester Flatt is. And the reason I have no idea who Lester Flatt is because I don't listen to bluegrass. If I did listen to bluegrass, I probably would know who Lester Flatt is. But he is known as probably one of the first bluegrass guitarists. They're considering this the first bluegrass guitar. He was only 64 when he died. He also played the mandolin, and he collaborated with a banjo picker. Some of these songs here, we got some albums here, Flat Out, One and Only, Flat on Victor, Lester and Mac. Maybe I'll take a listen after I go through this video. As I'm editing this video, maybe I'll put on some of his songs in the background and give bluegrass a little bit of a try. But I've never been a huge bluegrass fan, I'll be honest with you. One of the loudest D-18s I've ever heard. The sound makes you tremble. Lester Flatt's Martin D-18, considered the first ever bluegrass guitar in Eddie Van Halen's / Steve Ripley's design, set to headline massive auction over 400 historic guitars. A Roy Clark Gretsch prototype is also set to be sold next month's Heritage auction event. So Heritage Auctions. Lester Flatt's 1942 Martin D-18, described as one of the most important guitars in bluegrass history, set to headline to a history-rich auction event next month. Heritage Auctions will host its latest event on October 9th with the Roy Clark Gretsch prototype and Eddie Van Halen Kramer guitars made in collaboration with Steve Ripley, also set to make the auction block. The Frankenstrat Kramer Striker, owned and played by Ripley, sold for $500,000 in 2021. Collection includes a little over 400 lots, but few stand as significant as Flatt's D-18. It is considered the very first bluegrass guitar as per the Bluegrass Heritage Foundation, which has led to its summation as being among America's guitar's irreplaceable treasures. Flatt worked as part of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys, helped the genre architects influence countless guitars, and his D-18 has been a vital proponent along the way. Yeah, I mean, just the Martin D-18 in general. So it is, it's not their fanciest model. It ain't I don't believe it's their cheapest model either. That might be like the next step up. But when you think of an acoustic guitar, that's typically what I think of. It's just a dreadnought body style Martin D-18. And a lot of famous musicians have one, have played on one, grabbed one, and it probably all goes back to this guy and maybe a couple other people that picked him up back in the early days, and they were like, yeah, I like the sound of that acoustic, give me one of them. Because I don't think Martin's ever not produced them to my knowledge. So, collection includes, read that part. So Flatt's work as part of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys helped, read that already. D-18 might be one of the loudest I've ever heard, says Heritage Auctions Director of Vintage Guitars, Musical Instruments, Aaron Piscopo, if I'm saying that right. It remains in excellent playable condition. The sound makes you tremble, especially when thinking about its previous owner, how hard he must have played this thing. The guitar is not only a high-quality Martin from the early 40s, but also a foundation piece of bluegrass history. So technically, I don't know if you'd consider this one pre-war. A lot of people consider pre-war before World War II. I guess this probably was during, 1942, my mistake. I believe this would be during World War II. So elsewhere, 1978 Gretsch 7686 number 1 prototype for Roy Clark, and host the Hee Haw Country Variety Show from 1969 to 1977. No idea who that is either. Is another interesting 6-string set for a new home. Clark ultimately went for the second prototype because it featured a music note inlays. It also featured a Gretsch 1994 calendar. 16 years after its creation, the deep blue solid body electric guitar has serial number 58113. Away from pioneering the red dirt subgenre of country music, holy crap, Steve Ripley had a long history of building guitars for esteemed players, such as its customer list, including Steve Lukather, J.J. Cale, and most famously Eddie Van Halen. I only know Eddie Van Halen from that list. For Eddie, he built many now legendary guitars, including the Kramer, Ripley Reed, white, and black striped Eddie Elvis. The model is listed in the upcoming auction as signed by the late guitarist. As to is a Kramer Ripley pink bowling ball. Okay. Super Strat, a rare example of an EVH axe not embroidered with a signature stripe design. The original neck from the Kramer Ripley guitar that Eddie modeled with for the original Guitar Player advert. Both are signed. The pair enjoyed a 4-decade-long friendship, with Eddie Van Halen calling Ripley part genius, part musician, part inventor, and many other great things when he passed in 2019. Other guitar features an extensive collection of Rick Vito's Ripley custom pink electric guitar, which has also been plucked from Ripley's estate. 1939 Martin D-45. Pre-war Martins are considered gold dust for collectors, and only 91 were made that year. Auction is set on October 9th. And let's go see the full listing. Yep, we're going to go look and see what we got here. Maybe, I guess, browse all items is what we're going to want here. Let's see. Opening bid. Yeah, here's a bunch of stuff we can't afford. Haha, a lot of Martins. An 1850 Martin. That is crazy to me. That things from just guitars are still alive from that old. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of different old Martins. So if you're looking for an old Martin, this might be the place to be. You got a Gibson there. Got an Ovation. Taylor. A lot of acoustics. Milo Vista. No, I've never heard of that brand. Some of these brands I've never heard of. Klaxon. Midas. Some of these things are a little bit more affordable, I guess I would say, being that I've never heard of these brands. Doesn't mean they're good or bad, just means I have no idea. Let's see if we can do highest first. That's his guitar right there. Yeah, they want a minimum $50,000 for that bad boy. You have a 1959 Gibson ES335. There's the one of the Eddie Van Halen guitars, signed and inscribed by Kramer Ripley Reed. 64 Gibson ES355, another Gibson, cool old Gretsch we saw. There's that other kind of pink bowling ball. 52 Telecaster, there you go. 68 Jaguar. Johnny Winter, and I know him. 91 Gibson Firebird. And then let's see what else we have. 65 Fender Jazz. 2003. I like Gibson. A lot of jazzy guitars here. Oh, there we go. 57 Les Paul Special. Just seeing what else we got. Oh, Rickenbacker 4001. Probably one of my favorite basses. 1966 Fender Stratocaster. Let's do low. Let's go to lowest and out of curiosity. What is the cheapest thing? Okay, so we do have things that start at $1. Do I think they are going to sell at $1? A couple of them might, I'll be honest with you. But these are the ones that I would be more inclined to throw a bid on. Like right here, Gibson LG 0, 1969. Not really a guitar. Not a bad acoustic, but also not a guitar a lot of people are sought after. The only one of those, I had one that was sought after was, I think, the first or second years, like 1958, 1959. Being that at that point they were using a Brazilian rosewood fretboard and bridge. A lot of people don't like rosewood bridges. I think that's part of the problem. They also ended up switching to plastic at that point. 1969, I think it was a couple years after, early 60s, they switched over to a plastic bridge, which a lot of people get rid of really quick. That's something you see on, if you ever look at one of those, 9 out of 10, it's got a replacement bridge on it because nobody likes those plastic bridges. A couple of banjos. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. A Peerless Renaissance Custom Sunburst. Looks neat. But, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and click through a couple pages here. I'm gonna get my 10 minutes. Got to get that ad revenue. Got to get that 3 cents of ad revenue per video. Papa Roach signed signature Schecter. That's pretty neat, I'll be honest with you. Breaking Benjamin and I Prevail signed Epiphone Special. The people that signed that are cool. That guitar is kind of meh. It's not really that cool of a guitar. An Epiphone Les Paul Special. If it was a Gibson Les Paul Special, maybe. But an Epiphone, So you got some other famous people that have signed stuff in here. Oh, there we go. Nice Yamaha AC5M. I believe these, I actually might click on this one. Oh, current bid 60. Okay. With buyer premium, I don't even know how to. Next minimum bid is apparently $111, I guess. Do we have descriptions? Solid spruce top cutaway, nice natural finish. Instrument is outstanding condition. Local no player. We're making a great choice. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not going to give you a lot of specs. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're giving you a lot of specs. So I guess we could just Google it. Do the old Google search. Yeah, I think these are probably solid back and sides. Let's see here. Solid mahogany back and sides. There you go. Okay, so that might be one, you know, if you want a solid wood acoustic that you want to put your hat in there. Yamaha's been more on my radar, if you will, lately, because I've had a couple. I had a Yamaha, I think it was an AE50 or AE05 or something. It was kind of like an L6 type design. Cool electric guitar. You know, I had other things that were less heavy that do the same thing, so ended up selling it. But I do have a nice Yamaha acoustic now. Was it the A3R E or something? A3RC. It's the C is for cutaway. There you go. That's a cool bass right there. I do like that's a fun design. America acoustic guitar signed by. Who's it signed by? America signed Indiana Guitar Company, American Flag Acoustic Serial, something or other. I don't know, signed by somebody, I guess. Who knows? But, ooh, that's cool, too. Old Guild. Oh, no, that's a new Guild. Okay, I didn't realize they were remaking some of their old models. That's kind of neat, funky design there. But, yeah, that's where we're going to end it. No need to drag this out longer than I have. A lot of pages. Like 72 pages or something. I don't know, but click through it, see if you like something, throw a bid in there. Do your research first before you put a bid in. That's what I would recommend, but I believe Heritage Auctions is a well-known company, so you shouldn't have any problems with them shipping stuff to you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, notification bell, comment, like, share, and until next time, thank you for watching.